Okay, introduction to what you see when you go into Unity. When you first open Unity, you'll be at your project panel where you can see the various projects that you've already created. If you would like to create a new project, you just click on New Project and give your project a name and notice where you're saving it, and you can choose whether you want your project to be 2D or 3D. And you can also select the asset packages that you'd like to use in your project. You can then go ahead and create the project. And it just takes a minute. And then you are in your project. So this window here at the center is called the scene window. And in the scene window, this is your kind of construction zone. So that's why you've got your grid lines. And this is where you can see what's in your scene and what you need to do with it. You can also change your view by clicking on these icons here to go around and navigate. You also have a window down here called Hierarchy. And for the hierarchy, you can see the list of objects that are actually in your scene. You'll notice when I click on these, they get highlighted in the scene for me to see, but also this window over here called the inspector window changes. The inspector window is crucial for modifying your objects and controlling what they can do. You can see here that you can add components, and there's a great many components built into the program. You also can create, for example, your own C# script or JavaScript, and you can drag that in here as well to add your own scripting as components. So there's lots you can do here, and you've got your basic location and tags and other details. So that's the inspector. Another window we have open here is project. The project window shows all the files in the project and also available to the project. So for example, if you had imported any asset folders, then you would have these assets listed here, and you can then click on them and drag them into your hierarchy, or you can also just drag them straight into your scene. One window that we do not have is the game window. So to view your game, you can click on play at any time, and that takes you into your game view window. And you can see we've switched from being in the scene tab to being in a game tab. So this is your game at this point in time. Please note any changes you make while you're in game mode will not stick to your program. You need to go out of game mode by ticking on the play symbol again, and then now when you make edits, those edits happen. And here you can see we've got our game tab here and our scene tab here. Now, there are many prefabricated layouts in this layout tab here, and you can choose between them. And in general, people find that based on what they're working on, they might want to have a different layout to make their game design more easy. So you can actually create your own layout. So this is my layout, and I would actually like to have a game tab in this layout. So I am going to right click on scene, the scene tab, and click add tab, and then I am going to add game. Now this has been added as a tab, but I actually want it as a window. So I can click on game, pull it out, and then bring it over here, and now I've got a game window and a scene window, and I can click here and resize those a little bit. So this is a nice layout for me to work with, and if I want to save this so I can get to it anytime, I can just go down to save layout and call it my game layout perhaps. And now if I save that, now anytime I can go back to my layout, and then if I want my game layout back, I can go back to my game layout. So those are your basic windows and how to control where they are and what they do.